Welcome, Madridistas. How are you doing? They say we're going to sign this guy, the midfielder from Racing de Santander. He looks really promising. He came onto the radar because of the amazing goal he scored the other day in the first match day and in the return to the first division of a historic club from Santander. And today we've been surprised. It's true that Mario Cortegana already announced it yesterday, and today it seems to have materialized. Some people are already saying it's absolutely done. We have to wait a little bit because it really catches my attention that it only costs 3 million. For that, Madrid will be getting ahead, just like they did back in the day with Asensio and with... It's true that there have been few players lately, but I like that the club is working on that. It's just that lately I've been getting criticized. They say that everything Madrid does seems wrong, right? I mean, there are many things. The things they do well, I think, are good. The things I think they do wrong, I think are bad. No, just because a lot of people think something is good doesn't mean I have to think it's good too. I mean, if not, we might as well live in North Korea and just say yes to everything, right? A lot of people would like that. A lot of people among Madrid fans would like that too. My goodness, what a few months we've had. Well, the thing is, of course, I was talking about this on social media, and I said, by the way, here in the typical Spanish summer scene with towels hanging out, yesterday there was an orange one and so on, and today there's the Madrid one and the kids one. Come on, it's important. The props, less and less, but still, they matter. As I said on social media, what I said is that I think it's fantastic. The kid. Now I'll tell you about Canales back in the day with Mourinho 16 years ago. But I think people are talking about this kid, about whether he'll come to Madrid, if Madrid brings him in, if they bring him in. The capital of Spain with Castilla and the first team set up. I think that for what this kid has done in the first match day with the recent goal, Santander in the first division. So now, even if he signs for Real Madrid, would you bring him to Castilla to play there in the Primera RFEF after having played in the first division? Yes, I train with Mbappe and Bellingham. It's great, and the kid will be wide-eyed and amazed. But it's a tough situation since he's only 19. I tweeted during the World Cup, but people just don't think. I said it in a tweet. Hey, there are World Cup champions who are 19 years old, like this guy, who are undisputed starters, who have been undisputed starters on the World Cup winning team. Jude Bellingham signed for Real Madrid at 19 years old and completed his great, let's say, the best season he's had at Real Madrid. At 19, almost 20 years old. It's true that when he signed, he was about to turn 20 in a month or two, but basically he was the same age as this guy. So what I was saying in the tweet was, hey, could it be that this guy, maybe there just aren't any players? Of course, you get used to that and that's it. They're not bad examples. In fact, they're really great examples of talented young guys. But they spoil the fans, making them think that everyone at 19 years old, like Bellingham, and in Barca's case, even if it bothers you, it's true, they're world champions. Cubarsí, Lamine Yamal. Cubarsí was much better than Lamine Yamal. By the way, what about that? You shouldn't think that everyone who's 19 years old can do the same as these guys, not including Bellingham. I insist, but you say, hey, is Madrid going to bring this guy in? It's not that they're betting on him for the first team, but it's another one of the options that's being talked about. Let him stay. At Racing de Santander, you buy him for 3 million. It's an opportunity, a bargain for what the kid seems to be. And the price he has right now, you buy him if you leave him on loan. There's an example many years ago with another kid from Racing de Santander. Do you remember Canales? Well, Canales, he later proved to be a great player. What happened is that he tore his ACL 2 or 3 or 4 times. I don't know how many times he tore it. The kid, but he proved to be a really great player. Real Sociedad, Valencia, then he went to Mexico, and before that, well, Racing, Real Madrid. And he always had the problem with injuries, but he was a spectacular lefty, of course. He played 3 or 4 or 5 good matches, more than this guy. At the time, with Racing de Santander, he seemed like the new Maradona, or the new Messi, when Messi was already at Barca. And then, well, I think it went badly because he joined a team with Cristiano, with Benzema, with everything that was there back then, with Casillas, Xavi Alonso and company, and Mourinho. And the guy, well, he couldn't make it. Later, he proved that he really did have what it takes, but he never returned to Madrid. That's why if you're betting on this kid because you think he's another prodigy, bring him in, because we also need him in the midfield. Madrid has Sestero and Theo Vitar, but if you want to bet on him, go ahead. Otherwise, take the bargain and let the kid stay on loan. I think that's best. Hey, well, when I started talking about that, damn, you're such a downer and all that sort of stuff, which I'm not going to repeat. You know how people have been towards me lately for a while now, but well, look, I don't care. I really don't care. They think that, well, that I have a special motivation just because I criticize Florentino. When Florentino does well, I say it's fantastic. When he does badly, I say the opposite. Real Madrid's transfer market has been incredible. The signing of Bernardo Silva, Cucurella, Dumfries, Konade, a bit less, but most of them, like Diomande, even though he was very expensive, fantastic, damn it. But they always focus on the bad things, right? If Madrid tries to sign the best midfielder in the world and doesn't get him, it should sign another midfielder. Well then, are you already hurting the club, or do you just want to talk trash about the club? Well, whatever, man. But that's what I mean with the whole policy about young players. It's not normal, and I mentioned it in a previous video, that Manuel Angel has to leave Real Madrid now at 22 years old. 22 years old, which is 3 more than the kids who just won the World Cup. 22 years old, Gonzalo is also 22. I don't remember exactly how old Gonzalo is, but I think he's already 23 or 24. Sorry, it's crazy. Maybe I went a bit too far with Gonzalo, but I don't know. They're already way overdone. You can only slow cook them for so long, right? And of course, that's what we're selling well. We're selling fantastically well. But now, La Fábrica has become that. There's no one who stands out enough to make it to the first team. It's been that way for years. Asensio is the last, and now they want to get rid of him too. I don't know. Madrid makes a lot of money with its homegrown stars, that's for sure, but no one comes through. No one. Well, let's see what happens with Sergio Martinez and if he finally gets signed. And under what terms, hopefully, I repeat, hopefully, they'll let him stay on loan there in Santander. Bernardo Silva, unveiled by Real Madrid in one of those private presentations that, by the way, yesterday Melchor Ruiz on the Cope Network said that we'll soon know the reasons why they're doing them like this. And I don't know, they asked him, but do you know what it is? Well, I can kind of imagine. I swear to you, I don't know anything. I can't imagine it. I don't know if it has to do with Florentino back in the day, and Florentino came out and said, I'm perfectly healthy and all that. Has anyone suggested that? I don't think so. I don't think so. Florentino already proved that he's healthy. He said that, though we haven't seen his test results. Still, he appeared very combative, especially at that famous press conference. But anyway, that's what they're saying. I find the whole thing about the presentations, especially the private ones, very strange. But we already discussed that, so let's not revisit it. Let's go with what Bernardo Silva says here. He drops a phrase, with all these interpretations, right? Saying that playing in a club that has 15 Champions League titles is not for everyone. Is he referring to Rodri, his former teammate at City? Because when Spain beat Portugal and he made a header in stoppage time, Rodri did this to him. I don't know what. It's nonsense to me, but it's just a phrase. It could easily be something a new Real Madrid signing says, not necessarily directed at anyone. That's just my opinion. Anyway, this is what Bernardo said at his presentation.
Very happy. When you come here and when you're in this room with the president as well, they show you all the trophies. And I already knew how great Real Madrid is, but you feel it in person, and I'm very happy to be able to play for this club. When you're little and still don't know whether you'll become a player or not, you dream. You dream of playing for a club like Real Madrid. So being here now and getting to play for this club, trying to win trophies and follow Real Madrid's winning tradition is really special. I'm truly very happy. Since I've already played quite a few times at the Bernabeu, when you arrive and see the 15 Champions League trophies displayed there, it's very impressive, and having them here is very special. Yes, playing in a club that has 15 Champions League titles is not for everyone. So I'm very proud, and now I'll give everything for this club.
Hello, Madridistas.
Bernardo here, very happy to be with you all, to be able to play at the Bernabeu soon as well, and to meet you. And well, let's work to keep winning titles, which is what this club is used to. And Hala Madrid.
I'm really excited about this signing. For those who say, I think everything at Madrid is bad, this is actually a great move. You sign a man, you sign a regular guy, you sign a locker room leader, you sign someone who has his feet on the ground, you sign a guy who is an excellent footballer. Hey, this was the guy who scored the first goal against us when they put 4 pastas, remember? It's the only knockout round City has beaten us in over the past 6 years. Because that pandemic year, I don't count it. Let's count from 21 onward, the last 5 years. The only one, we played each other every year and won 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And they've only beaten us once. Well, that day he was the main player, and I think he's going to contribute a lot to Real Madrid in building from the back and in the build-up phase. He's not a specialist in that. Mourinho will know how to put him next to someone. We're back to the topic of lineups. There are only 2 spots left there. Bernardo is one. The 4 up front are going to play Vinicius, Mbappé, Diomande, y Bellingham. There are only going to be 2 pivots there. One is Bernardo, the other is either Valverde, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, or Thiago Vidal. I mean, there are going to be a lot of people for just one spot, because Bernardo, wait, of course, I just remember Guller, of course. And Galler too, although I don't count Galler as Bernardo's partner because, well, not really. In any case, he's the one who will compete for the attacking midfielder spot with Bellingham. I think the Englishman earned it more for his seniority than anything else, since the Turks' preseason was really good. During the day, Real Madrid, in a very strange video, was here. By the way, with Florentino Perez, they say all the presentation were done on the same day, because Florentino was dressed the same. It seems to me that Florentino always dresses the same for Real Madrid's official events. But anyway, beyond that, Madrid posted a video. You remember that Dumfries one, which was really good, made with artificial intelligence? In the stands, as if they were in the stands of a tennis court, all looking to one side, then the other, to one side, then the other. Dumfries kept running up and down the wing, so they joked, it's not tennis, it's just Dumfries on the wing. Very good. Artificial intelligence applied to something creative. Very clever for a signing. But you guys, explain to me what Madrid did today. Thank goodness there's the notice that says yes. Of these little animals that appear, the dog, the turtles, the sheep, the owls, the horses, you can already feel it, but the ostrich, and it hasn't even debuted yet. And Bernardo Silva appears there. Can you explain to me what Bernardo's relationship with the animals is? I still don't get it. Still, I said it on Twitter, hey, I just don't get it. I thought the Dumfries one was clever. It shows that no matter what you say you like or dislike, people will still call you a troublemaker who dislikes everything. You guys, tell me in the comments. Please be respectful and polite. Do you understand Bernardo Silva's introduction on social media with that video? Do you get it? The animals there, all surprised and everything. Sorry, I just don't get it. There were plenty of ways to introduce this guy. They could have talked about a normal guy arriving at the office, something like that. I mean, I think there are creative people in Real Madrid's social media department. They already did it with Dumfries. Why this? I just don't get it. If anyone understands, please tell me. Oh, damn. Maybe Bernardo, well, a few years ago, he had a thing. He was like Fran de la Jungla, the one who had that thing for Pozo Pánico. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We don't know. Anyway, well, that's it for now. Hope everything goes well for you. Give it a like if you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel, comment, share, hype up the video. It really helps. And that's it. See you in the next one. Let's see what Mourinho says later in the second part of the interview with Pedro, where I think he'll talk about Negreira, and we'll make a video tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.